Beautiful. Thank you, Janine. Welcome everyone to this evening's meditation. It is Monday evening, and today we're going to have a pretty interesting meditation. Um, these past couple of weeks, I've been thinking about what does it take for the body to heal, and when do we know we're healing? Uh, and my guess is, and my hypothesis is this: when the body when the body is at a phase or a level of joy and happiness, I do believe that that does create instantaneous healing, like automatic immediate healing. The joy does. It starts the healing process. When we did that UPW with Tony Robbins and he was sick from coming back from Mexico, he got into peak state very quickly. Like he in the beginning, he was kind of slow as he was talking. Then he got into peak state very quickly, and he's like, I don't know what happened. I'm fine. I didn't have to go to the bathroom once," he said, you know. And it's getting into that state of joy, that state of happiness, of gratitude, which is a big one, and that starts the healing process. So let's give ourselves this opportunity to do that for our whole body and our mind and our cells and our soul and everything. Let's do the healing today. So we're going to practice healing. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to call forth wonderful positive vibes, joy, happiness, gratitude. Anything that makes you feel good is probably healing you. You know what? I'm going to say this again. Anything that makes you feel good is definitely healing you. So, whatever you're doing right now, just welcome your body and say, "Welcome, I'm here. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, I am here and I'm present." And as you really get being present, let's notice a little of how we're breathing. What part of our chest are we using when we're breathing? If we're trying to get it right, or if we are sort of in a survival mode, our breathing usually happens from the rib cages, causing the rib cages to expand, which is a lot of work for the body. When we're relaxed and we're in joy, and when we are at peace, the breathing starts from the diaphragm or the belly area. And if you'd like to help yourself, regulate your breathing to a more natural state, you can put your hand on your belly and through your hand you can send warm, loving energy to your belly. Because I know the word belly sometimes has a negative meaning for some of us. Like, oh no, we have a belly or something like that. And we're going to love our body, just like Daniel said today and Becky said earlier today at the Power Hour. We're going to send loving, healing energy towards any part of our body. We're going to focus on the diaphragm and let the diaphragm take control of our breathing naturally. And when it takes control over the breathing, we don't have to breathe in so intensely. We're not using as many calories when we're breathing. In every inhale and exhale, there's more oxygen coming in and more carbon dioxide and others gases going out. So it's a very efficient and effective way to breathe through your belly. Also, if you take martial arts, your sifu or your instructor would tell you to breathe from your belly. It automatically calms you down. You can already feel the healing begin as we're doing this. And if you notice any sounds in your surrounding area, see if we can intentionally create a wonderful meaning for any sound that we experience. Like this sound is there to remind us to come back to center. This sound is like a friend, kind of conversing with us. Whether it's a car honking their horn, or a truck driving by, or the wind, or any kind of sound in your house or your apartment. Welcome these sounds, just as you are welcoming your body. Now we're going to take our time, which is the best gift we can give ourselves, is take some time and really be present to our whole body. Knowing that we have the power to heal. And if you'd like, you can do a gentle scan. You can start from your toes. And scanning, all it could mean is something as simple as just focusing on your toes. And if you want to send some positive energy or a positive thought towards your toes, you can do that as well. And you can do it in the form of breathing. Imagine your breath like a mist, breathing towards your toes, your whole foot, the sole of your foot, all those steps that you took today, all those muscles that you use in your foot, sending gratitude towards your feet. And then slowly scanning a little higher upwards towards your ankles, the tendons and the connections in your ankles, and the small bones in your ankles. They're so important. Using your breath to send gratitude towards your ankles. And as you're doing this, notice that you are healing your body. And your body feels it and is thanking you as you're doing this. And gradually to your calves, to your shin bones, sending breath, the breath of light, towards that area of your body. Feeling your muscles absorb this wonderful energy. And now to your knees. Wow, our knees. It is so much work for us. Thanking our knees for holding us up, for sitting down, standing up, breathing into our knees, telling them, thank you. And may they continue to operate for us throughout the many years that we have left. And then continuing the gentle scan up towards your thighs, one of the biggest muscles in your body, your thighs and your hamstrings. So strong. Amazing how much weight they can lift, especially especially for women. Thanking your thighs and up towards your hips as well. Your powerful hips. And then we're going to take our focus and scan gently and lovingly to our reproductive organs, where there's so much power, so much love, so much creative force. Giving that part of our body, honoring that part of our body with positive energy and healing. Feeling the power that we have and honoring that power. Gently breathing into that area. And then your glutes as well. Thanking your glutes. Again, a very large muscle that does a lot for you. Thanking your glutes for the nice shape that they have, the compliments that it gets. Sending healing energy throughout that area of our body. And rising up to our waist, the area we call our belly, our torso, our abdomen, that has so many organs that we use, including the intestines and the stomach. We're going to breathe deeply into that area, not only towards the outer skeletal and muscular area, but inside to the organs. And you could call them out in your mind if you know them. You can also call out your liver and your kidneys, which help clean our blood and save our life. Healing all those organs by gently breathing into them, the breath of life. Spending some time sending gratitude towards our body. Then gradually upward, our chest cavity, our chest that protects our lungs, and deeper into our amazing heart that has a brain of its own, that's almost a separate living entity within us. Sending love to our chest cavities, our lungs, our heart. Feeling them gently expand and absorbing all this wonderful healing energy. How many times have we done this? Probably not enough. So let's intentionally send amazing healing breath into these areas. And our body knows when it's being thanked. It reciprocates this by being healthy for us, by healing for us. And don't forget your arms and your shoulders, all the joints in your shoulders, holding so much weight. Our arms are used for hugging our loved ones, protecting our loved ones, holding things and doing things. Our forearms and our hands, magical hands, magician's hands that create, that have the ability to communicate by either typing or writing. It's amazing. Gently scanning and continuing to scan through your breath into these areas of your body, feeling the healing taking place, knowing your body is being elevated to a higher energy level, a more loving, more gracious level. And then let's do a scan, breathing into our neck and throat area where our voice is created, our amazing voice that so many people love to hear, our voice that gives us power, that when we say something, we create it. Feeling the energy there going into your voice and your neck area, your throat area. Healing anything that needs to be healed there, maybe from a cold, maybe from seasonal allergies, maybe from eating too much sugar during the Thanksgiving holidays. Healing all that, cleansing it, sending gratitude towards it. And next, we're going to rise into our mouth and facial area, our eyes and our nose, the amazing beauty that we show from our face, the smile that we create, loving our face, being able to look in the mirror and saying, oh my God, what an angel. What perfect ears I have. What perfect eyebrows. Sending loving energy towards our face. That's how people recognize us. That's how we recognize ourselves in the morning. Knowing probably the first thing that we should tell ourselves in the mirror in the morning is, I love you. So you can do that right now. Send an I love you to your face, to your image, your perfect, perfect image. And continuing the scan through the breathing to the top of your head, where you wear your crown, where you're able to welcome the universal energy from the divine, from the universe, into your body, like a waterfall of golden light coming down and healing everything, every cell, every thought, making you feel nourished and stronger, feeling the love from your divine source, even feeling the love from your ancestors who are here with us now. Imagine this golden light, this waterfall coming down on you. The more the merrier. You can't get enough of it. Spend some time under this. Enjoy it. Continue to heal as much as you deserve, as much as you need to. This is your time. And all the while you're enjoying this divine energy coming down from above, notice the power of your breath. How all you need to do is breathe into something, and it is resolved. It is complete because you said so. Claiming that power, that is you. That is the real you. That is the healed, complete, and perfect you. And as we're in the space of healing and gratitude, we've just scanned our body. Let's send some energy to our loved ones that are residing with us in the area we are right now, sending them love. Sometimes it's easy to send our loved ones love. Sometimes it's not, because we love them so much that we might have other emotions about them. But we can release that right now because we don't need it. We don't need any of that except unconditional love. The other stuff is unnecessary because we've healed it. And then as we're sending our loved ones love that are living close to us, let's send some more wonderful healing energy in a prayer towards others in our life that are not close, that are geographically far or distant from us. You can use the Ho'oponopono prayer if you'd like. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you and thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you and thank you. Using this prayer to clear yourself, get back to zero, get back to nothing, in order for you to be anything. And sending love to people we don't know on this earth. There's so many people that we don't know. Knowing and feeling that it's natural, because we're reminded that we're connected. We're always connected. And then going even farther and sending love to those that mean us harm, at least for a moment or two. There might be others that mean us harm. For whatever reason, it's probably survival. Most definitely it's survival. Sending love to those people as well, knowing that they have value for us on this earth, that they're contributing to our development, our well-being, in a way that we're probably not aware of yet. But we can see every experience as a gift. Every experience is an opportunity. Every experience is a thank you. And then coming back to our body. And before we end this meditation, sending gratitude to ourself, honoring ourself, our divine being, giving ourselves love, or giving ourselves grace, and saying thank you, thank you, thank you. You're amazing. You're doing and being amazing. You're always amazing. And thanking yourself for reminding yourself and choosing to be a part of this amazing community where Janine Watkins gives us the space to freely express and love ourselves and grow and develop. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Just what I needed.
Same. Made soup with their carcass of the turkey. I did.
I had 3 bowls earlier today.
I made bone broth soup with the bone and let it boil for like 3.5 hours.
That's amazing. I put ginger in mine because I like the ginger. It makes it taste fresh.
I didn't think about that.
Also gives it a nice, like, kind of Asian, flavor to it.
I see Becky's thumb up.
Becky
Becky.
probably made some soup as well.
Yeah.
Becky, my daughter, I got her this a long time ago and she said, I don't want it anymore, Mom. You can have it. And I saw yours the other day. You wore a red and black one, and I'm like, oh my God, now I have a pink and black one, like the one you
We
said.
need to coordinate.
Hmm.
My little Freddy Krueger sweater. Yeah, we need to coordinate.
Freddy Krueger.
How did it happen? I don't know. It's great.
So I'm looking. Um, I have a a book on solar transits and how it relates to human design, and I'm looking at the new moon since we were talking about earlier to
Hmm.
see what gate is being activated.
Hmm.
So whether you have a gate defined or not, there are certain times of the year where gates get activated and you get to sort of experience the lesson of the gate in your life. And the gate that's being activated right now is gate 9, which is focused. It's like the gate of focused intention. And it's really funny because we were talking about manifesting work today. So it's a manifestation gate, but it looks at it like, how do I describe this? It's like you're focusing in on the small details, the small little things, the small things that steps that you take that are working its way towards your overall manifestation, whatever it is that you're manifesting, whatever it is that you're asking for, whatever it is that you're seeking. And you're doing it in a way that you're not focused on the outcome. You're just allowing yourself to be present and focused on the individual little details that, with little breadcrumbs along the way to bringing your manifestation into a reality, and just sitting and allowing your focus just to be, very peacefully reside on those little steps, on those little details that you take. action on. And, you know, the flip side of the gate is that you can get so overwhelmed with all the steps that are needed. You're too busy looking at, okay, well, I need to go do this and this and this and this and this and go all the ways before I can get to that place, and it's going to take forever. And you're looking at the goal too much. And the real transcendence needs to be on letting go, like we talked about today, letting that all go and just allowing yourself just to take joy on the focused details that bring you step by step along your journey. I thought that was really cool because I can see that naturally, even before my awareness sort of kicked in around it. I can see myself naturally picking up on that. I don't know if anybody else has too, naturally sort of picks up on it and has been placing your awareness in that direction. I'm curious, is anybody else?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially being present in the moment. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's that thing that I manifested. It's happening in the moment, like moment to moment, and really being present to it. And like it also reminds me of how many things we've created before, but we didn't know how we were going to do it. And we just allowed it to unfold magically and enjoyed the journey and the adventure of it all. And I feel like I'm in that place. Like my feet, my body, my presence, like is in that place, enjoying every moment of that.
Yeah. It's like picking up a paintbrush with the intention that you're going to create a painting, right? But you're not really focused on what it's going to look like. You're not focused on the outcome. The only thing you need to focus is picking up your paintbrush, dipping it into paint, and making a stroke on the canvas. And then just allowing that one brush stroke to lead you to another brush stroke and then to another brush stroke. And you just sort of focus on like one little detail on the time. And soon you're creating an amazing painting, one way or another. And it's
In
so
fact, it
funny.
reminds me of working on a puzzle. So there are, there are people who look at the pieces of the puzzle and they have the strategy and they're working really hard and they like the hard work because eventually it leads to amazing, outcome, the puzzle, the completed puzzle. And then there are people who are like, let's just mix these pieces around and see how they fit together, kind of almost like tossing it up in the air. And those people seem to be having more fun. And they seem to be seeing the puzzle as a whole, not as pieces. And I think that gives them much more energy and resilience to keep on going. Because looking at the pieces for me individually like that, it can be tiring. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of doing rather than like being.
It's
Yeah.
funny. I had my mom started painting when she retired, and she just watched painting tutorials and she started painting and she's amazing now. Um and so she inspired me, and I remember I picked up watercolors and I had paintbrushes, and she gave me like a bunch of canvases and paper and stuff. And I watched a few tutorials and I saw, you know, start off with something like a flower. And I did the tutorial on a flower and I played with it and it was okay. And then I was like, well, I want to create my own flower. I'm just going to have fun with it. I don't know what I'm going to draw. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to play with the watercolors and see if a flower comes of it. And so I found this was like years ago and I just found all these little watercolored flowers that I did when I was playing with it today. I found them today and they were actually quite good. They're actually really, really good for somebody that just sat there with a cup of water and like no, just having fun and playing. They're actually really, really quite beautiful. And I didn't think so at the time. At the time, I was sitting there and I was like, well, this doesn't look like any flower I've seen. But like in retrospect, I can look at it now a few years later and think, wow, I should have really kept up with that. Why did I stop that? Like there's so much potential here. There's so much talent here that I could have developed. I don't know, maybe I'll pick it up this upcoming year again. Who knows?
And what you said, Becky, is like really symbolic for life in a way, you know, just like you explained earlier, the painting and the stroking of the brush and not knowing what you're going to create. And for me, like that's beading. And I am almost finished. Talk about making flowers. I'm almost finished making my final flower, you guys. So these are my hair ties for my regalia. It's going to go on my hair when I braid my hair for my when I'm performing. And these are the earrings. And this is the headpiece. I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't plan it. I just started beading and I started playing with color. This is my headpiece. And it's a lot of work. And every bead is a prayer. So I'm almost done with this flower. I just have to finish the purple around the borders and then put the deer hide on the back. And then I have my hair ties. And I have my headpiece where my eagle feather is going to go. So I have to sew my eagle feathers into this that goes on the back of my head. And then I already made the eagle feathers that go on top of my crown, which is a pretty cool piece, you guys. And this goes right over here. And then I have my headpiece, my other feather that goes right up to the sky. Boom. My regalia head, all my beadwork for my regalia for my head is done. I'm finishing it today. I said I was finishing it today, and I'm almost done. And I didn't know how I was going to do it. And there were times where it felt like this is a lot of work. Am I going to be able to finish this? Or sometimes, even when I was sick and I wasn't feeling well, I just did one bead at a time, one prayer at a time. And each bead is a prayer. It's actually, we use it to manifest and create. So I made my regalia when my dad was transitioning. Took 3 months, the last 3 months of his life, I used to make my regalia. I was in Ruthie's studio on the sewing machine every day. Our Ruthie. And I have yet to go over there and finish a bunch of other projects, which I'm probably not going to get to until after the 1st of January, but I'm excited to get back into that creation. But it really is like that. Like you don't know what you're going to create. And actually, thank you, Becky, for that symbolization, that example, because it kind of brought it back to like what beading is for me. And I didn't know how this flower was going to go. I had no idea. I had no idea how this was going to look. I had no idea. And like, I just started like, what if I do this? And what if I fade dark green into light green? And what if the flower has like this aura that's coming out of the purple and it's moving up? And what if The little tiny specks here, these little tiny where the bumblebees would pollinate would be right here. Where the butterflies would pollinate would touch right here. And like it all just came together and I had no idea how. And that's how I'm transforming my life moment to moment, you guys. Oh, look at the paintings. They are beautiful. Becky.
How old were you, Becky? You were just a child, huh? Becky, you're on mute.
Um, no, this was like a few years ago, Sammy. I wish. Does it look like a child? Don't ruin my dream.
Doesn't look like it looks like you're listen, watercolor is hard. It took me it took me till my 40s to know how to do watercolor. And the fact that you did that beautiful, like look at how you like I see the flower. It looks like it's beautiful. Like that's incredible.
So there's like this is the first thing that I made with the actual like paints. And then my mom had given me, and then that's also paint too. Then that had like watercolor markers. So it's like paint markers, but like it has like a little bit more of a vivid coloring to it. And this was just me playing around. I was just playing around. Good. Yeah. So this was like my first time playing around with paints. Not bad, huh?
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
What was that part supposed to be? Oh, I think I was trying to make a sun, but I got distracted.
The beautiful Chloe. So hello. I have shoes that are a size 3, but what size is she, Becky?
12. What size? I'm a 12.
Oh, you're not a 3 yet, because my daughter Love has these really cool pink sandals, and you'll have to grow in them, but I want to mail them to you this coming week. If you take a moment, I'm gonna go grab them so you can see, because they're really cute.
You know, somebody likes cute things, huh? Yeah. Chloe, what are you going to be when
Who's
you grow
that
up?
cutie? Who's that? Who's that angel? Look at that. I'm gonna pinch your cheeks. I'm gonna pinch your cheeks. I'm pinching them.
Chloe, what are you going to be when you grow up? An artist. What are you right now? An artist. That's right, baby. You're an artist right now.
You're an artist. That's
She is an
amazing.
artist.
I love it.
Okay, the cool part about these sandals is you can do anything with them. Look at these guys.
Ooh.
Very cool.
You can hike in them, you can walk in water with them, you can wear them as regular sandals to school every day. They're great. And I'm going to send them to you so when you grow in them, you can have them because they're really expensive. And if there's anyone I'd want to have is you. I was like, who am I going to give these to? It's the last little thing I have that love because we gave away all our stuff already. So I'm going to write a note to send it out on Thursday. Well, yeah, I can do it at the post office Thursday. Send me your address, Becky, when you get a chance. How cool. I can lower my hand now. Oh, I think you're on mute. We can't hear you.
We're missing everything.
I really can't walk from the gym because like my thighs are like swollen and
Nice.
it hurts so bad. And so my son had a football game, so Sean and my other son are at this football game, and like they started with only three people on their football team showed up. And I'm like, oh no, are they not? Are they going to cancel the game? They go, no, they're going to play. Like I'm like, so there's only three kids, and eventually, slowly, more kids trickled in that are on his football team, and they were down like they were down. I think it was 6-0, probably right as the meditation ended, and um, Sean just told me that it's like 19-6. They're up. So the other two kids came in, boosted them up a little bit. But that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The big comeback.
Come back, kid. He's having a ball playing football. I love it. He caught a touchdown the last game. We were really excited.
The reason I didn't go, I was going to be asleep
Yeah, you were asleep.
for 2 hours. I was
2 hours you were sleeping. Yeah.
sleeping for 2 hours.
You know, like when they come home from school and then they take a nap and it's like very not typical and look the first thing you're like, please don't get sick. Like,
Yeah,
no,
that's the
no,
only
no.
kid would take a nap is when she would get sick. Other than that, she's like ripping the blankets off of everybody during nap time. Everybody, I'm like, yeah.
So I'm gonna show you guys. This is so we painted my room. I know Janine's interested. Right, Janine? Hold on a second. I have to turn my camera around. Where am I? Okay, where's my camera? Okay. So like we painted, isn't it pretty?
I love it. And I love the accent of the skyline painting. It gives it a nice like splash of
So
sun sky in
I'm
it.
obsessed with the Eiffel Tower. Somebody could tell like all the Eiffel Tower paintings in my room. But check out like my comforter.
Ooh, the texture. I love the texture.
It's fur. It's like the silky, silky fur.
Here's my hotel.
I know. I have it's a very kitsch room. With my Eiffel
Little Eiffel Towers. Her room is just filled with Eiffel
You think
Towers.
Sean got the hint?
I know. Have you been to the Eiffel Tower?
So this is really, really sweet. So it was always my dream to go to Paris. And we got passports with like the intention of going to Paris a few years back. And you like really years because it was when I was pregnant with you, we were supposed to go.
You're pregnant with me?
Yeah, and you're like almost 7, so this is a while ago. Um, and it's like one of those things where you save up money and like everything like starts breaking down and falling apart, and like all the money that you save ends up going to take care of emergencies and crisis. So we didn't have money to go to Paris, and I was disappointed, but Sean like really wanted to do something. So he flew me to Vegas and we stayed at the Paris hotel with the view of the Eiffel Tower in Vegas. And it was like the sweetest, like the most, I thought it was incredibly romantic. I just thought that that was such a thoughtful, clever, incredibly romantic alternative for us not being able to go to Paris. Um, we stayed and like right outside, and I saw like they were having a big pool party in the pool down there right in front of the Eiffel Tower. But we had like because you can see the Bellagio fountains too from the room, so like we didn't even have to go outside. Like we saw like the whole fountain shows and everything like that, like right from the room. It was really beautiful. Yeah. And we got there like I just found out I was pregnant maybe with Chloe maybe 4 days before we left. And um, I was angry because I couldn't drink.
Because you know that was all about the drink, all about the drinks. I
I'm
couldn't
like,
even
how am I gonna go to Vegas and not have a drink?
go out and
But I'm gonna be honest. I had a little bit of champagne because this is what we did. So um um we got a discount through JetBlue to go do like we could only afford to do like one big thing in Vegas, right? So what we did was we took a helicopter ride into the Grand Canyon. And so like the helicopter flies like over the Grand Canyon and lands right down by the river, like at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. And they have some picnic tables out there right next to the river, and you have a picnic. And they have like a little champagne toast and stuff like that. And you get to take pictures from the floor of the Grand Canyon, like looking outward. And then you get to fly up in the helicopter, like all the way up and over the entire Grand Canyon. And it was probably the coolest thing ever. And
I think I probably know what it
I
was.
loved it. Like I was just having an absolute ball. So I took some champagne then, don't tell.
I think I know.
Like when you don't have a whole lot of money and you like still manage to make something like really amazing happen. And it just is like better than anything it's like the better memory than you can ever happen, right? Like it's better than any other memory that you have. It's like the magic that you were able to create with next to nothing. Um, I love that.
thank you for sharing this story. That's so romantic and incredible. I didn't even know you could do that. The Grand Canyon and the hell. Wow. I've been to Vegas a lot of times. I didn't even know you could do that. So romantic. So romantic. Sean gets mad points for that one.
He thought I was gonna freak out on a helicopter because I'm scared of heights. And I was like, no, I'm completely okay in a helicopter. I'm better in a helicopter than I was on a plane.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
I'm like, yeah. He was a little bit nervous. He's like, are you sure you're okay? And I'm like, I'm awesome.
How are you scared of an airplane? I'm more scared of a helicopter.
See, but we were flying above the Grand Canyon. So like even if we were to drop, like there was ground. The ground didn't look that far below, below us. It looked like we could safely land. And we flew over the Hoover Dam. Like it was
Wow.
really, really cool. It was so, so cool. And I'm sitting there like, yeah. And he's like, this is so uncharacteristic of you.
Right.
I loved it.
So nice to see you guys. Been working so much. Just like get home. Um, I don't know if it's the new moon or the energy right now. I haven't been able to go to sleep without journaling.
Oh, wow.
Like I have to get it out of me. Like, and it's like stuff I'm manifesting, things I'm thinking about that I can change, and like it's wild. Like I'm like flooding. All of these visions are flooding to me, and I even like created a plan for my virtual assistant to apply for one grant for the next 30 days every day. I had the grant list and I had the grant language, and while I'm working and busting my butt, I'm going to like still reach those goals to like scale and do what I need to do. Even though all of that, but like it's like I've had to like I couldn't go to sleep unless I write it. And like it was like coming from the heavens like down into my hand. And like even last night I couldn't have to keep writing. And then I was able to go to sleep. And then every time I try to go to sleep and not right, I'm tossing and I'm turning and I'm like tossing and I'm turning. Ah, fine, I'm gonna get up. It was like the universe is like, get up. I'm like, fine, I'm gonna write it down.
It's that's in alignment with what's happening energetically right now. So the whole past month, really, like even like into like just November, has been really about clearing the path, clearing out everything to make a dramatic shift and change in where you're going and in your future. That's really energetically what we're doing. Yeah, it's clearing everything, that's getting everything out of the way. Whether it's really been like this sort of like a deep cleansing on so many different levels, whether it be with people, whether it be situations, whether it be habits, whether it be just any sort of thoughts that are or ways of being that are no longer serving you. November was all about really stripping away and cleansing out all of that stuff to like make peace with it. And if it's not going to serve you, it's not aligned with you, and it's not serving you in any capacity, it's time to let it all go. It's a big letting go, letting go, letting go. And where the energy now is shifted for this month is all about manifesting and creating. So like everything was sort of shed and let go. You should have done like a lot of that work last month. And then this month, cosmically, it's all about, okay, now you got rid of everything. Now it's start. Now it's time to begin. Now we're
three
creating.
3 weeks, no smoking. 3 weeks, I feel no urge, no nothing, like no anxiety. Ever since I came out of the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within, I had 4 days to heal. Like I didn't have that time to heal. And I got that time to heal. And in community, like I really needed. With Sammy and everyone, it was like family was present, you know?
Exactly.
I felt so liberated. I'm so thankful. Go ahead, Janine.
Well, I was gonna say too, I feel like yes, honor where feels like things have separated. Although what I really got really present with is like the marriage of where you feel sometimes your stubbornness is truly a strength. Like y'all, like I love, and I was actually telling Sammy even this, that there's like an anointing in some of the communities I'm in that we all literally, I feel like it's almost like swinging doors, y'all. Like I go from like the 8 a.m. to the 8:30 a.m. to the 9 a.m. And sometimes I'm now doing breakout rooms where I'm like starting with something, leaving, coming back. That conversation's still happening. So I make another breakout room to start and like keep going. And it felt so good when I was sharing that with Sammy and Samita. And you all don't know her too well, Barbara, just yet, although it's like been such a beacon because I'm realizing one of the things I used to feel like almost like we were talking about earlier too, like 2 weeks ago, actually, in the empowerment hour, like more than what sometimes we're shouldeds with is where sometimes we feel messy. And Samita was so honoring yesterday having us share. And one of the things I still was like, play messy. And then like we really boiled it down, it was like childlike play. Like we are adults because we are responsible, although we still have that essence of doing it anyway. Messy muddy feet, like mangled leaves, and then really pretty flowers. And whether we're painting them or we are pruning our own, I felt really at home and realizing that yes, maybe a lot of people were shedding. I feel like this season I was like layering up and it felt so good because it was like I didn't feel judged because people were taking off all these layers. I felt kind of pretty. I was like, can I have that one? Like I just yeah, so that's where I was in Sammy's meditation because yesterday, yeah, I felt like with Samita, she had us like literally, she had us like, you are present to what you have, you are accepting what you have, you own what you have, and then her cousin just like freaking blows it like skinny dipping in the middle of the freaking Superior Lake, so freaking raw, Sammy. And so I'm grateful that you all kind of also allowed me to reflect that in some seasons, it does also have us feel like we're removing things when we're doing things differently than everyone. Everyone in class is going left, and for some reason, there's only two of us going right. We're not wrong. We're just in a different season. And so it brought harmony to my heart as you all were saying that, because I feel like this last, I'm gonna say, I want to say it's retrograde, Mercury retrograde, whatever. The planet different ways.
Mercury retrograde, baby.
Thank you. I knew the definition. And thank you, because I do feel like energetically things are starting to be seen instead of trying to reshape. So I'm complete for that.
I love that you said get messy. I'm a big proponent of getting messy. Like they just need to just throw caution to the wind and have fun and explore. Explore and play without care of what the outcome is, without, without having to like have something so focused in your mind about what it's supposed to be and what it's supposed to look like. Like you just need to shake all that stuff up. Whenever I feel myself getting like super, super stagnant or super, um, what, what is the word that I am looking for? Um, Particular about something that I want, I have to shake it up and sort of just like a little snow globe ball, just shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, and see the magic that happens there.
This is not
But
gonna.
it's really funny is that December 3rd, what the gate that's being activated on December 3rd, which is tomorrow, is the gate of consistency. And it's all about starting and creating new processes, habits, whatever to align what it is that you're creating. And I'm just like, I don't I don't like here's the thing is I have to look at it, I have to think about it and shift it in a different way for me. I need to do that work. I don't need to. I get to do that work, but I can get to do that work in a way that honors me and in a way that's a lot more playful. I get to play with different possibilities of new habits that will help me and serve me. And I get to explore about what they could be without making them right or wrong. I think whenever I hear habits and whenever I hear stuff like, business talk, let's just say mindset, like all the books and all the stuff that people like 5 successful habits, and this is what you're supposed to be doing. And this is like, I'm always like, yeah, like that will never work. A million years, that doesn't work on my brain because I can't be too rigid. Like the rigidity of something doesn't serve me. I need to have the openness and the ability to be flexible. And when I have that sort of cultivated for myself, like the ability to like have all these flexible areas of flexibility, that's when I do the best at doing something consistently. Because I know that at any point in time, if it's not working for me, I'm giving myself the space and honoring myself the space to change it up. And as long as I have that laid down in the foundation, that I have the ability to play and explore and change up, then I can actually create habits that I'll do consistently. But without cultivating that space or that allowance in there, I reject it immediately. Like I can't do it. It's an ADHD thing, I think. It's a way that it's a brain work.
I wonder what I am on the spectrum because I'm a special case. I'm really special. I was so the day before yesterday, talking about being in play. I like my things together, but I was like, fuck it, it's gonna be messy. I'll let it go. 2 days ago, I left my cell phone at home. Somebody pulls the emergency brake on the train, and I'm thinking, great, this is gonna be an hour. And I just start laughing. And I'm like, I'm sorry, miss. I know you don't know me from anything, but can I use your phone so I can send a message to my job if I'm going to be late? Because I'm like, because we're like actually at the station. Like, luckily, they pulled the emergency brake while we're still in a station and I can still get service. And this beautiful woman, African woman, let me use her phone. And I'm calling, and I was like, and I had to get a hold of my daughter to get a hold of Sean to then text my job. Done. I got there on time. Everything was good. Then yesterday, I leave my purse at work. And then I'm laughing, my little cute purse that I was like, oh, this is so cute. I got to minimalize because I'm always a bag lady. So this cute little graffiti purse left at my job. It's in the office, my keys, my credit cards. I'm just like, I don't need it right now. I'm home. I'm resting till I go back to work. I can get on a train with a Metro card. I have what I need. I have a spare set of keys. Budget. I'm good. Like it was just like it was like, and my girl and I were like, yeah, we're gonna get our shit together. And we started laughing. Like, but like it could be like the other way it could have gone was like it could have gone another way. And I chose to not have it go that way. And I'm proud of myself, you guys. I really am. Because that would have otherwise set me in a little spiral. But I was like, I got work. I got dope friends. Everything's good. I got what I need. I'm home. I'm resting. I'm resting my legs. I'm not going to pick up a purse today. I walked 10 miles a day. That's what it's like working this show with like 1,000 people. And it's going to be 3 shows a day. So I'm just like, nah.
You know, it's funny. I do the same thing, and then sometimes I find myself wanting to react the other way, and I start to react the other way, and I think for a minute, and I go, wait a minute. I think I'm supposed to react that way because of habit, like long-term ingrained, like habitual behavior makes you start to go into that cycle of just reacting. And you're just sort of like, well, hold on a second. I don't actually feel that way. I'm actually okay.
That's what happened to me on the train. And then the people started laughing with me. I'm like, I'm sorry. And the guy was like, I'm like, yeah, it's usually an hour if the train is ghetto and broken because they usually can't get the train out of the emergency brake thing, and it will go and then stop and then go and then stop, and then they have to send an emergency train to rescue you. And it takes like it's like freaking. I was like, I hope I don't miss my shift. And then we all start laughing. And it was like, and he was like, really? And I was like, well, or not. Maybe it'll work. And then we all start, make it work, make it work. And we're just like, make it work. Come on, train. And then it just started moving. I was like, and then I thought to myself, well, we're in the train station. If it gets too long, I can open the doors and jump and exit off the train by jumping out in the middle of the cars, which I've done before. So I said, girl, the universe has got you. You're going to sit and it's going to move. And that's what's happening. Dun, 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 dun. But it wasn't going to go that way. It wasn't going to go that way. I was going to jump out the train, y'all. He's laughing at me because he knows it's true. I'm that hood person on the train. Open the doors. Let's get the fuck out of here. And I actually had to write it all down. That's what I wanted to write down to remind myself of that I couldn't go to sleep last. Because I was like, oh, I had to write down all those moments that I could have acted another way, but I didn't. And to stay in play, even though I don't have my purse, then I don't have my phone. I was like, well, how am I going to get a taxi to my door? Well, I guess I'm going to walk today. I'm walking. And it was fine. And it's cold AF. So all the people that would pull stuff are downtown and in Midtown. So nobody's outside right now because it's so cold. It works. Everything's fine.
How's it get better than that, babe?
You have a lot of patience, Rihanna. You did all that walking?
Girl, up the mountain, I walk up 2 avenues up the mountain.
Yes.
Oh, you know the mountain.
Yes, my car felt it.
I know there's a pole on the side of the building for a reason. One time I have a funny story. It was a day I was wearing heels and a suit, and it all of a sudden had ice and sleet. The rain turned to ice, and you couldn't walk up the hill. And I found out why there was a pole on the side of that building, folks. But the pole doesn't go all the way up the hill. So when I was done, I was crawling up the rest of the hill, and people in the community were laughing. And I was like, yeah, I know it's funny, but I got to get up here somehow. I got these damn heels on, and I can't go barefoot. So
Oh my God.
I was crawling up. Yeah, I did actually literally crawl up the hill. Oh, and last night I hugged a tree on my walk, and this guy stopped to look at me, and I was like, and he was like, "This bitch is crazy. I'm gonna leave her alone. She's over here hugging trees." Who is this
You
lady?
know, I think when I was up there last February for my birthday, I went out to a birthday dinner from uh with one of my best friends, and they took me to like this fancy restaurant on the Upper West Side. And but I'm a lightweight. Like I do not I am a lightweight. I am a cheap date. I'm a lightweight. And so by the time we went out, so Sean relies on me to navigate us around New York because I know it so well. So it's like I was drunk. I had like 2 glasses of wine. I was drunk. I was giddy. And he was like, okay, like, how do we get home? I'm like, I don't know. Where's the subway at? I don't know where the subway's at. I was like muttering and stuff. So, like, he's like, we'd be safer if we walk. So we walked. I think we had to have walked about like 38 blocks back to the hotel.
You were sober? Was that?
Oh my God.
I was pretty much sober. I was like, my buzz was wearing off by the time that we got back to the hotel, but we walked like 38 blocks.
Oh my
And
God.
it was so much fun though. Like it was so funny because I was rambling, you know? You think I ramble now. Drunk Becky talks way, way more about all kinds of shit. I'll
Oh
talk
my
shit
God.
about everything. You should think the hood rat comes out of you. Dude, the moment that I land in New York, like the Boricua queen comes out of me. The Bushwick girl comes out of me. And I just look a whole different,
Never goes
a
away.
whole different bolder side of me that gets way more mouthy. And
I don't know what it is about being a New Yorker. You just gotta be that way. I'm gonna step foot on the soil, all of a sudden you're unleashed. And anywhere I go, I'm weird. I like you don't have to be that way. You get to like dial it back, you know?
Yeah, I get really, really bold because my friends are they're like people I grew up with, like they've known me like most of my life,
Love it.
and they're all over there. I get really, really bold.
We're normal. It's Becky. Has Becky has Chloe met love?
I don't think so. You want to
Love,
say hi to Love? I think you might have.
come down.
Say hi. That's Love.
Love. She's giving you her sandals. She look how big she is now. I don't fit her anymore.
She's tall.
And she loves doing stuff. Thanks for fluffing my hair out. I put too much conditioner in it, so it looks like I'm balding. And if I don't put conditioner, it looks like Tina Turner. So it's like a bell. Rolling, rolling, rolling.
So I'm gonna try to get up. I'm gonna see when we're gonna get up there next. But I'm gonna see. I also have to coordinate with my brother because my brother has a band. They do shows around the city. And if I coordinate with him, he'll let me sing with the band, like at a show. So I've done that before with him.
No,
And it's a
God.
riot. It's a riot because it's like a whole, you get to see like the whole production of me on a stage, like the rock queen.
Can't wait. I can't wait.
I can't. The last time I did it, we were at O'Connelly's in Times Square. At Connolly's in Times Square. And we played the room over there and Yeah, like I had like my knee-high boots. I
Yes.
had like fishnets, so like these cut off jeans, like cut up band t-shirt. Like my hair was like all big and wild. And it was so funny. Like my brother's like, really? And I'm like, heck yeah, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. Like this is my moment.
Oh
If I'm
my,
gonna do this, I'm doing it right. And I don't care what you say. He's like, really? This is what you're doing? I'm like, yes, I've come here to play. And it was awesome. And it was awesome. Everybody loved it.
out. We're gonna go all out when you come. Now I got reconnected with all my drag friends, and I have all the like tea on the dopest clubs and the funnest stuff. And they walk and like it's like come in, it's free. I mean, it's so I'm gonna have so much fun. We're gonna go out next week. I can't wait. I haven't been out for a while. I'm like, I love being a party girl. I see you're a party girl too. Don't let us out. It's gonna be like you don't know where we're gonna end up. You could just end up anywhere. You don't know where you're gonna end up. You just end up anywhere. I used to leave my house with a pair of panties and like a change of shirt. Because I'd be like, who knows where I'll end up? It could be anywhere. And it would be like my friend's house, or I party hop, or end up staying at a friend's house and wake up and get brunch. But there was always like, after you go out partying, you have that burger. Did you ever stop at the diner before you went home? Yes.
I
Yes.
used to always hit up. Well, here's the thing is like by the time I recognized that I was hungry, that was when Grace Papayas were everywhere. And I used to always go to Grace Papaya like at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I had one bad Gray's papaya at 3 a.m. and I never had that again.
Oh man, it is packed at 3 a.m. though. Like the line, I was thinking like there's no place open. I'm so hungry. And my brother actually used to live before he moved to probably like the only one of the only Grace Papayas still left. Um, is like on the Upper East Side. I can't remember where.
They
I
moved it
got I
there.
got so excited.
It was on 86th Street in Lexington Avenue because I grew up on
Yeah.
90th. So it was right there. They moved it. They tore that corner down and they're building a fancy another doorman building, but they moved it to a location. There's still a Grace Papaya there, but it's not on that corner anymore. It's somewhere else in the area.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, because that's where it was. Because my brother lived like a 92nd.
Get
Like it
out.
wasn't, yeah.
I'm over his house because my mom's on 100th.
Oh, cool.
I grew up in that neighborhood. That's my stomping grounds. Well, at the time, 86th Street was the borderline. Anything uptown was East Harlem. So, but it still looked the same. Oh my God. I just got made, like, he just made me the most delicious turkey sandwich with this basil sauce I made from scratch and nuts and everything. And I was like, is that an I'm sorry? But sorry accepted. Apologies come with food in my house.
There's nothing fun happening in Florida, Janine, just so you know. You're not missing anything.
I know drag shows are illegal. My friends haven't seen a drag show for a year, and I'm like, they are the funnest shows ever. I'm working one, and it is the best thing ever. Like, I love Shaquita, the Ice Queen, and my daughter loves Shaquita, the Ice Queen, and she's going to see Shaquita on Sunday and can't wait to go backstage. The first thing Shaquita said is like, "Oh, you from the Bronx? What kind of alcohol you drink?" Love is like, "Well, you said you were from the Bronx." Meaning children drink alcohol. And Lovey died laughing, and her humor was so much like her grandpa's humor. So, like, we just died laughing and embraced her. And at the time, she was dealing with a lot of discrimination for being bi in upstate New York. And so she was like, to be around the queer community and be embraced for her wildness and all that she is was so healing for her. So, for her to go see Shaquita, and I'm just like, get your inner drag queen on. That's right, we can be drag queens too. I believe women can be drag queens too. I mean, that's what Chapel
Heck
Roan.
yeah.
Chapel Roan is a drag queen. That's what she calls herself. I'm like, I used to get talked to on the street, like, you have drag queen makeup on. I'm like, yeah, it's the best makeup.
Go big or go home. Bring the drama. Bring the drama. Bring the costumey. I love the costumey. Like, put me in a costume and I am happy as pie. I want
Yeah.
everything to, I have like a costume, like, look for everything. I have my bell dresses. Like, I have like my gothic fairy stuff. I've got like a BDSM French maid meets Wednesday Addams dress. I
Janine's
love the costumes.
Janine's raising.
Well, yeah, and I'm just curious because, like, outside of what the costume represents, I love that you have so many inclusive articles all coming together. That is so cool.
I love it. I was one of those people my friends used to say that I could pull off just about any look. If you threw on me, like just my personality can make it work and pull it off.
Nice.
And I love that. Like I really, really do embrace that and I love that. I have so many
It looks
fun
like you would
things.
have fun with it, whatever role you play.
Yeah, I gotta
You'll
have
be a
fun with it.
natural. 'Cause you're charismatic.
Yeah, yeah, we are. I am so, and that's why I'm like, again, a testimonial to like being able to lead our own space with our own essence. Finally, it was time. And this is just the beginning. I'm so excited for our,
Mm.
and I saw Todd have a total breakthrough on his leading. He was like the magic, whoa, Toddy! Like all of us are like blooming in these incredible ways and having, was it Daniel, his name?
Yeah, that's so I know him as Bobby. His real name is Robert. He goes by Daniel. He converted. He's a Judaism convert. So he was born Christian. He's a third of his family. But when he converted, he took on the Hebrew name, which was Daniel. So that's what he goes by. He goes by Daniel.
Okay.
But I call them both. Like, he likes to go professionally by Daniel because he really sort of embraced that aspect of himself when he converted. But like, anybody who knows him, like, to the end of time, calls him Bobby. And so like Bobby was like the gay guy at our high school, right? Like, he was like the one like out like gay guy. And but his dad didn't know, and his dad was the baseball coach of our high school, like huge big time baseball coach. So his dad was convinced that me and him were dating. And that was the thing. It was like, he took me, like, we went everywhere. I had sleepovers at his house, like all this stuff, because my parents were like, "Oh, it's Bobby. Like, you can go spend the night at his house. Like, it's fine." So I used to sleep over his house. Like, we used to do all these things together and do makeup together and dress up and go all these really fun places and like have a ball. And yeah, so he lived to embarrass me. This is a small room. He lived to like really embarrass me because I was quite shy back then. And like in public, right? Privately, I'm like I'm me. But like, out like in front of a lot of people, I was quite shy. And he was completely the opposite. We used to have fire drills in high school. And I remember there was this one time we had this big, massive fire drill. And he was looking for me, like when the whole school was out, like poured out into the parking lot. "Hey, baby." Like, "Mwah." Good game. Congratulations. So there, everybody was pouring out to the parking lot, and he got up on somebody's car, like stood up, like on the roof. It's like, "Where is she? Where is she?" And everybody's like, "Who? Who are you looking for?" And he's like, okay, sorry if this offends anybody, but his nickname for me was Puerto Rican Pussy, was what he used to call me. So he would scream that out. "Where is my Puerto Rican? Where is my Puerto Rican?" And everybody would be looking around. They'd be like, I think he's talking about you. And I would be like, so like slinking back, like hiding. And then he would be like, there she is. There she is. That's my Puerto Rican. And people were like, wow, who's that girl?
Can you imagine what a night at my job is like? Can you imagine what my night at my job is like with all the wildness? Y'all. Oh,
So when
Sammy,
you work,
you guys are in New York City. I get free tickets to Santa's Secret. So if you guys want to come through on a Sunday, I can get you guys in comped, and it's incredible Christmas show, and I would love to do that for you guys. You
what
know,
street
and
is it on?
for Lauda, we get Lauda, you and Susan. There's a early show. I'm gonna have Sean and Love come, and you guys, we can all have like we can have 2 tables.
Oh, where is it located?
It's on 22nd between 10th and 11th this year. And let me send you the link to the show. So
Is
you,
that where you were videotaping all that Christmas decoration?
yeah, my girlfriend I went to college with, Lee Marie, built all the sets for everything because
Wow.
you
Oh, wow.
incredible sets. And then you go into the drag burlesque show, the Santa Secret show, and like it's so freaking fun and you laugh so hard. Actually, I have a bunch of secrets from Santa. People write their secrets to Santa, and the Ice Queen, Shaquita, reads them. And she's like, I'm not going to read this one and get fired. Somebody wrote that they had laxatives and shat themselves in their sleep, and everybody started dying. Like, I mean, you don't even know what people are going to write on this thing, and it is just hilarious. It's funny. And I met the Grinch, the original Grinch last night, and I was like, thank you for my childhood. You're fucking awesome. And he
Oh,
easiest voice, you guys. He has like a Darth Vader voice. I was
Wow.
like, whoa, say that. And we were trying to get him to read the Santa Secrets, but he was like, no, I'm not doing it. You're not putting me on the spot with this. I'm not reading this blasphemy.
blasphemy.
You guys are gonna love it. And that's like also as a thank you, like Sammy, thank you for picking me up. Susan, thank you for coming through. And Lauda, thank her for,
Mm,
you know.
thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Let me just check the date. Is it this Sunday?
I can do this Sunday.
What's the date on this Sunday? Do you know?
Let me get the website. Hold on.
And the time?
I know there's a 4 o'clock show and a 6 o'clock show. There's like a four and there's like 2 shows. There's an evening and an early afternoon. I know the early afternoon
All
is,
right. I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you.
yeah, I'll
Love you
text
all. Bye-bye.
you.
Bye, Sammy.
Bye.
Yeah, I gotta run too. Love you guys. Bye.
Night.
Bye.
Guys in the morning. Happy Tuesday.
Okay. Bye.